As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's get it. Mama said, there will be days just like this. Come on. Shout out to you, and you all around the globe. Cowboys off-season survival, who to pay, plus more. More and more. More and more. Come on, baby. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? Yeah. Hey. Ho. Let's go, baby. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Come on, baby. Shout out to you, Blaze. Rock, I see you. And Cynthia. Come on with it. Cliff. Shout out to Oak Cliff. Come on. All right. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio's straight. Give me a 1 in the chat. Somebody said the audio low. Let me raise it up just a little bit. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. All right. Stand tall or not at all. And if you can't stand at all, roll with the nation. Come on, roll with me, baby. As they say, rock with me tonight. Come on. Ha. Yep. If you don't like Law Nation, and remember, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Big Game James. Riggs. Boss Cowboys. Sport Riggs. Dak attack, mayday. Dak, we down, baby. What happened to the Mavs, man? Oh, my God, what happened to the Mavs? Riggs, I can't take this no more. Oh, my goodness, man. Let me leave them alone for it be like Luka attack or Kyrie attack, you know, instead of Dak attack. And Big Game James, y'all know he was talking all of that good stuff last night. But that's okay. I'm rooting for the Mavs, man. I'm right here. They're right down the street, you know. So the Mavs still got this. Shout out to the Mavs. And that's just how that goes. You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all. Ain't that right, ladies and gentlemen? You can't win them all. And even if you win them all, you still going to get talked about, right? They're going to say they cheating, man, you know. But it was. Shout out to you. It's in this chat over there. Said great show last night. Yeah, 3-1 is pretty well. H.G. Wells. Yeah. 3-1 is really, really good. You know, victorious as the Minnesota was last night, it did create some type of hey, a wake-up call, right? Like, hey, this is what losing feel like, man, in this particular round. So either you're going to stand tall or you're going to whine in it or you're going to get out of it. Those are the choices. Those are the things that you have to go through. Now, the Cowboys, we sitting here, we don't know how it feels to win multiple playoff games, man, over here in the silver and blue with the star on the side of the helmet. We don't know what it feels like. It's been over 25 years, 28 years if you're counting, right? So we just sitting back chilling, and we rooting for the team that's in this area because that would turn the temperature up, right? That will force this team to do things the right way and the proper way. And Sadiq Charles off the top ropes. Baby, appreciate you so much for your love, your support, your adulations, and all of that great stuff. Come on with it. Yes, indeed. I'm praying too, praying every day. Lord, I pray all is well. You and your family. Appreciate you, Sadiq. Today was a slow start. My little one graduated today. Yeah. So put Lauren in the chat. She graduated today from the second grade. I didn't know they have ceremonies. Man, I'm from Mississippi. You only get about, 2 ceremonies when you graduate from the 6th grade to the 7th, right? And then when you graduate from the 12th grade. Those are the 2 ceremonies, man, in Mississippi. But now every year you're going to go through the ceremony things. And she got 3 awards, man. So she did a great job. And I really salute to her, for all of her her good job and duty out there. So, hey, if y'all have little ones, be sure y'all be there, if you can make it. And that's just what it is. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for y'all support. Yes, indeed. So, hey, it'll be Lauren Nation in the field. She a diehard Cowboy fan, too, because, when she see me crying over a loss, she cried, too, right? Shout out to you, JC Cowboy Network, baby. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. Hey, the youth is right on our side, man, so that people can see what I see. Yes, JC says, keep up the great work always, my brother. Congrats to your daughter. Appreciate you, 100. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support, man. And let the AI get in on this.
Sidika Charles, $10. Law, I pray all is well you and your family.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's talk about Lamb and his situation. Okay, out of the groups that's been reported that it could most likely be Lamb to get paid first. And my thing is, I don't see any harm in paying Lamb first. He did phenomenal jobs with the Dallas Cowboys and breaking all type of records and these sorts of things. And when you think about CeeDee Lamb in general, you think of his skill sets, right? You think about his ability to catch the ball within traffic, high point the ball, bring it down to his body, and being that explosive guy, being that dude that every year you have to say to yourself, man, Lamb is increasing. He's improving every year. Oh, my goodness, man. We used to pray for days like this, man. Oh, man, we got Lamb now. And then we do hear the side news, the enemies, right? Because there's also within the confines of these reports is that, you getting nonsense news. And I call nonsense news to distract us. News of Michael Thomas being available for us. Like, I talked to my guy Ray. He hit me up this morning, and he was saying, hey, Law, did you read about the rumor that Michael Thomas could be suiting up for the Cowboys? I told him straight up, man, I'd rather have Noah Brown back, man. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. You must be out of your goddamn mind.
I'm just saying, man, because I get it, that's a name, though. And he's an outside receiver. We would love to see Michael Thomas. But the last time he was good or any good was before the pandemic, man. Or the pandemic. Oops. Did I say that out loud? But that was the last time Michael Thomas was good, That's 2019. And now, if we had a time machine, and if I can go get 2018-19 Michael Thomas, I'm all down for it, man. I'm 10 toes down, man. I'm your toes and my 10 toes down for it. But for right now, the reason why I don't want that is because I need to see what Jalen Tolbert going to do. I need to see what Jalen Brooks can do. I need to see what Ryan Flo going to do. And on top of that, I need for my guy, Kevontae Turpin, to get into the mix. I don't need time for a guy to come in with the wheelchair and the crutches and taking up spots. Taking up valuable situations. Now, granted, I know that we could be looking back at this thing and saying to ourselves, well, Law, you can't say that, Law. You can't, man, because I thought you talking about that old broom, Law. We need that old broom to get those corners, man. We need them old brooms, man. Ohio State, baby, bring them back, baby. Bring them back. But I give it what you said, and you think Michael Thomas now could give you more than Gallup did last season? I don't think he would give us more than Gallup. Oops, did I say that out loud? But you are right. You are right. Tyrone Church says, Law, they didn't have a quarterback, Law. I get that, though. I get that, man. All I know is DeAndre Hopkins never had a quarterback, right? He still produced, baby. You know, I remember, I'm old enough to remember even see Dangerous Lamb. Can I go back to now? Behold the Lamb. In his rookie season, his main quarterback went down, and he still produced some stuff, you know, for us a little bit, you know, 935 yards, 5 tubs. He would have had 4. Yeah, he would have had multitudes of collective years of 1,000 yards if it wasn't for, you know, Andy Dalton and them, you know. But I can tell y'all that I get what you're saying. I'm not beating up Michael Thomas, but I need to see what we got first, man. Dak do brings life into the wide receivers, but I need to see what we got already. You know, hey, I need to see what's under the hood first, man. There could be a diamond in the rough, man. You know. So, my guy H.G. Wells says Dak ain't Warren Moon, baby. I feel you though. Dak numbers are far superior than Warren Moon's, right? And I get you. I get what you're saying. But here's the other thing. Even speaking of the quarterback, do you pay? Because let's be real with it. Who do you pay first, or what do you pay first? Your light bill, your water bill, or your mortgage? What do you pay first? Your school tuitions or your mortgage? You know. You know, so it's always a situation, whereas I get it. I understand absolutely what people are saying with all of this. Law, they already did this, man. This song and dance. But if the Cowboys are wise and smart, they would have took care of business. Like I said last night, I know y'all was fixated on the Mavs, right? But I said we've been down this road before. We've seen this chapter in the book somewhere before. And the Cowboys have their philosophy, they have their principles already in line. They already have their thought tracks on how they can get things going. And on top of that, we think about these other things that the Dallas Cowboys, when Dez Bryant, it went all the way back to Dez Bryant. I don't want to go super far way back. But in 2014, let me see. I don't know if my PFF can go back that far. Let me see. PFF. Let me type in Dez Bryant. I don't think PFF can go back that far. I hope he can. PFF, I hope you can go back to 14. Yes. Yes. Come on. All right. Dez Bryant. He had 135 targets, 88 receptions. Shout out to the 88 club. 1,320 yards, 16 touchdowns. Led the league in touchdowns. Let me see what else he did. How many drops he had? 5 drops. 4.2 yards after catch, you know, 121.2 when passer rating when targeting. That's really good. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh, it's good. Woo! That's some good stuff. All right, so let me pull up dare I say, go PFF, see Dangerous. They misspelled his name up here. They put CD. It's supposed to be C Dangerous Lamb. He had 100. Let me say like my grandfather, may he rest in heaven. He had 135 yards, receptions, I meant to say. 135. 1,749 yards, 12 tubs. Respectfully, these things are, we can argue and say that these are both of these players' best seasons. Shout out to 88 Club. Desmond Bryant. Desmond Bryant had to fight for that contract. Let me know if my audio is straight. Desmond Bryant had to fight for his contract. When we were all saying, hey, man, look, just pay that man. Shoot, you're not going to get nobody better, man. You know, you're not going to get anything.
They can come closer than close, yeah. Original, they never will.
Yeah. So who would you have been able to find that was going to be better than Dez at that time?
Nobody, baby. Nobody. And who can do it like me?
Nobody.
Who can give you what you need? Nobody. Who can do you all night long? Nobody, baby.
And what we tell them? Oh, no. Nobody, baby. And when you think about all of this, we can make the same exact argument, Cowboys. Look, man, come on, man. Hey, I want to know, man. Appreciate you, Sadiq. Thank you. 41 months. Ooh, baby.
What more do you?
Oh, no. Wrong button. I want this one. Shoot, gold level 2 at that. You know, all keep Dallas Cowboys hard hitters in your prayers. You know, yeah, praying out for the hard hitters, man, in everyone, in anyone that's in terrible situations. But, man, when we think about this, ladies and gentlemen, you would think that if someone were to tell the Cowboys, hey, don't touch that stove right there, it's hot. Hey, don't touch that stove right there, it's hot. And then you even yell, hey, don't touch that stove, it's hot. And then Joker's still like, they so stubborn, they'll lick it, didn't touch it. Ah, it's hot. We told you it was hot. God dog, man.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right.
I don't make the rules. It's just hot. The creator made it that way. And we already been burnt with this multiple times. That's why we are trying to tell you in advance, man. Just go ahead and pay these guys and keep it moving, man. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Put it like this, ladies and gentlemen, man, for those who are watching right now, if you're the oldest child, put 1 in the chat. If you're the oldest child, put 1 in the chat. You know, you grew up being the oldest. You had to learn by trials and tribulations and fires. But that middle child or that baby boy, shoot, they can sit back and say, man, Big Brother went through that already. I don't have to go through all of that, you know. Or the middle child, basically. Put 2 in the chat if you're the middle child, and put 3 in the chat if you're the baby boy or baby girl, you know. They said the oldest child get in all type of trouble, and that baby child get in all type of trouble. But the middle child, boy, we sit back. I'm a middle child. You know, we sit back and we say, ooh-wee. I know not to do that, you know. Or I know how to get more, you know, we do some conniving stuff. But we know how to get away with it because we seen the outcome, what the older child did, right? And sometimes the younger child just naive. You know, they just try to do everything and anything that both of them did. But y'all know how it is, man. Middle child, we know how to navigate, man. And all I'm saying for the Cowboys, they need to learn how to be the middle child. At least they seen what happened previous times. Now, God dog, it'll take rocket science to get this beyond this approach right here. Look, shout out to all of the twos in the chat, though. Shout out to all of the twos, baby. Yeah, I got a cousin, I got cousins 20 years older. Yeah, Greg Berry. Oh, so you learn from the cousins in them, Not necessarily the big brothers and all of this. I feel you. But the older child get their benefits too. Yeah. So my older brother, when he graduated, that rascal got a car. Mama gave him everything. Gave him a car. He done had money and stuff. She done saved money for his college and stuff. By the time it got to me to go to school, man, shoot, I was on Pete and Paul, man. I was walking around like, Mom, where my car at, man? How he get a car and I don't, I had to go work hard and get my own car, But that's just how it goes, though. But, I appreciated my car more because I paid for my own car, and got the oil change and made sure that, hey, when it's time to ride in my car, hey, you're going to have to pay up. At that time, gas was cheaper, though. But y'all know how it goes. Yes. David said he's the baby boy in in the family. See, David, you're a little spoiled, ain't it? You're a little spoiled, ain't you? You're a little spoiled, aren't you? Yeah. But here's what I'm trying to convey here, or trying to explain, is we've seen the trials and tribulations. We've seen the troublehood of not paying your guy and then waiting for him to come to training camp a little late, and not working with the team, not on the same page with the team. Then all of a sudden these freak incidents happens or accidents happen, and now he have a slow start to his season after he got his bag or got his coins, and he feel a certain way, right? And he holds on to that, right? Look, people can say one thing, but one thing I can tell you the truth, that no one can change how someone make you feel, right? So that goes a long way. They can say they apologize, they can say they didn't mean to, but the moment that they make you feel a certain way, they can't take that back, And people talk about, hey man, first impressions is everything. No, your impressions makes everything on how you make somebody feel. And I'm not trying to make this a situation whereas, Law is saying that, hey, these boys got soft feelings. But these are tangible things that I'm telling you guys, that these players are saying, hey, you ultimately don't believe in me like you do this person, because they didn't have to fight for it. They got it when they asked for it the first time. I'm begging for it, and you don't absolutely go out your way to give me. I have to ask for it multiple times. Right? Look, before we hit play on this conversation, dang, 40 grandkids? Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. 40 grandkids, you said. Oh, wow, that's a lot, to the middle child. Baby, appreciate you. But what I'm saying is, collectively, ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboys, that stove is hot. Let's listen to this right here.
Until he gets the one hot spot where I feel like they just don't know how to get themselves out of the corner they've painted themselves into is the Cowboys. They've got the issue with Dak Prescott twice now. They've got the issue currently with CeeDee Lamb. And I don't think Micah Parsons is walking through the door until he gets his contract. And I don't know how they're going to work these things out. I think Micah should be the top priority, frankly. He's the future. He's one of the best defensive players we've seen in a very long time. But how the Cowboys are actually going to field a competitive team when they've handcuffed themselves over these three young players and they can't get out of this mess they made dating back to when they first had Dak Prescott's contract to renegotiate. I think that's what's amazing to me. I don't know why they have any real expectations. They're not better than they were last year. If anything, they're worse. And the Eagles, if they get their...
Let me stop them right quick. Remember last night, for those who watched the final word, I don't have longitude nor latitudes of where the team is at. Right? Whether they are better or for worse or what have you. I'm still here, for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? I hold true to my vows over here, ladies and gentlemen. But what I'm saying is the cornbread ain't ready yet, man. And I don't like, no offense to the light skin, I don't like no light-skinned bread, man. No, I want mine's in there a little longer, I want some hard crust, So when I put the red beans and rice on it, boy, and then I know for sure when I bite down into that red beans and rice with that cornbread, and if it just got that right amount of texture to it, oh my goodness, I'll be singing that song.
Please come home.
What we got?
I got beans and bologna.
Lonely. Come on, man. So what I'm telling y'all, I'm not in a situation where I'm going to say that this team is better or worse. But what I'm saying is the pieces and the parts that we lost is not that monumental. It's not that bad. It's not. Right? If we got to give it time for this food to cook, we just got to give it time to cook. And some of y'all are looking at it, man, and y'all saying, oh, man, it's going to taste terrible, man. Oh, man. Or take it out, I'm ready to eat it now. No. It's too soon. It's too soon. The linebacker room, we got real linebackers now. Got real linebackers now, man. The edge room, hey, shout out to DA, shout out to Dorrance Armstrong. We hope all is well with him. May success follow him until he play us. The same is said to Fowler, right? Fowler wanted to stay here. He just didn't get that phone call, right? But how can you evaluate a person when they never get a chance to be on the field? A la Sam Williams, right? Tyrus Wheat, some of the other guys. They're going to have their shining moment to be out there on the field. Marshawn Nealon, my guy Dak Attack last night said, hey, he would not be surprised that he would be in the room or the conversation of being Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, I'm not saying that that's a reach or anything, because at this point, I'm leaning on his side, right? Until otherwise is proven. That's the whole point of a fan. Shoot. When my daughter graduated this morning, I was like, yeah, baby, let's go. Woo! I didn't say, well, wait till the third grade. Let's see, wait till you start doing algebra. Oh, it's going to get hard then. Yeah, wait till trig and chemistry come. Yeah. You had a B in B. You had a B in math. No, my time in this thing is to uplift. I'm her biggest fan, right? Because I know how to fan. Boy, y'all not picking up the pieces. But it could have been easy for me to say, man, second grade, anybody can do that, man. Sure. Hey, man, what is this, man? Anybody can pass from the second grade. Come on, man. Right. Anton says, what evidence? No one played a darn snap. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, where is it? Yeah. At the end of the day, I kid you guys not, man. I kid you guys not. Last year, all of the pundits, all of the critics, man, Tupac and Biggie climbing out of the grave. Tupac still alive somewhere. And they were y'all yelling, hey, man, the Cowboys going to finish third, man. Yeah. You saw how the Cowboys, they're going to finish third, man. Dak is a turnover machine. Yeah. They going to fall flat on their face because No Kellen Moore, man. They're going to fall, man. You know, Mike McCarthy won't be able to do this and that. Yeah. And everybody, here's how it goes. Week 1, the Giants were a better team. They had the better coaching staff. They had a playoff caliber win of a coach over there from Brian Daboll and the quarterback. Who remember that? I said, yeah, man, the Giants are a better team. They made moves during the offseason. Who remember that? We were talking about, hey, we should have got that dude. I forgot his name, the linebacker that they done picked up, Simmons or somebody, you know. Y'all remember that? Are y'all old enough to remember that, right? Yeah. They was crowning those boys before we even played them. It was only a selective few of us saying that, yeah, we going to win. We going to be victorious. They had the Giants beating us down, man. All of the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder, 5-ladder, 6-ladder, to 26-ladder alphabet. All of those crews were saying that the Cowboys are going to lose week 1, and they're saying they're going to lose week 2. Ain't no way they're going to beat the Jets.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
It won't. Wow. Shout out to Cat Williams. He's the number one problem for the 2024 season. Everybody being called out and exposed. But what I'm saying is, let that cornbread get in that oven a little bit, man. And don't let it be no hot water cornbread or some skillet cornbread. Ooh. Oh, my gosh. But we are the only team in the National Football League, if I can get to this stat line for your mind, that plays against terrible teams. We're the only team. And a third of our fan base got no heart. If you go read on my Instagram post, just less than 360 days ago, everybody was saying this dude is not accurate. He throws a turnover machine. He's a fumble machine. He can't win games. He can't do X, Y, and Z. Then when he do that, they pick up that goalpost and move it. We have like some of the biggest shoulders in this fan base in the 3-ladder, 4-ladder network because they pick up them damn goalposts. They keep moving it. Them jokers got some big, broad shoulders, man. You know, because they just keep picking it up and moving it. Right? This is what he did, ladies and gentlemen. In his first season under Mike McCarthy. Not third, not fourth, not fifth. First season going with Mike McCarthy and calling the plays, the designs, and whatever scheme there was, you know. And we can all say to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, there was no ability, I meant to say, of running the ball. We prayed for 3 yards at times. Give us a run game, man. Shoot, let us stop the run. This dude was first in completion percentage, 69.5. Hey, tied for first in on target throws. Man, he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Jew, hey, he was in first place with this. 11.6 bad throw percentage, meaning that, hey, there's only one other quarterback that can throw better than that. That's a good stat line for your mind, baby. Big time throws, tied for first. 2.2 turnover worthy plays, tied for second. A 105.9, almost 105.3 to fan. Second place. I guess what we're looking for is perfect. One straight all the way down. We need, dog, you know what it is? I think that if he was the number one passer rating, we get less heat. But when you look at everything, I get what most people are saying. Law, that's cool and all, bro. You know. But what he did against the Packers, man. What were he able to do against the Packers? Packers got at this quarterback, sacked him for 4 or 5 times. we couldn't even average over 2 to 3 yards per rush. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, for the life of me, we got wide receivers, my guy, CeeDee Lamb, who I'm banging on the table. Frustrated. Looked like, hey, he got the wobbly legs out there. I don't know what happened. That was all on offense. But on the defensive side of the ball, it felt as if though Green Bay could have called me. I would have averaged at least 4.5. Put me in the Green Bay uniform, dog. Them boys were moving us out of the way. Beyonce had nothing on what them boys was doing. It's too big. It's too wide. God dog, Aaron, not Rogers Jones is running. He got a big ego. Somebody say pause for me, man. Somebody say pause, man. It was too big. I said, God dog, Riggs, baby. I can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh, man. And it was crazy. So I ask folks all the time, what you want this team to do? Them dudes scored 6 out of the 7 drives that they went on. I think they scored 6 consecutive drives, right? Something like that. I wish I was a DB on Green Bay. I'll pick off Dak Prescott one good time too. I can sit on all of those routes. These dudes try to run. Oh my goodness, man! Who running? Who running? Them boys ain't be able to run. As a DB, we'll sit on all of those routes. Oh yeah. I'm right here all day on all of these wide receivers. I'm sitting because I know for sure they ain't running the ball. And if they did try to run the ball, 1, 2. Man, come on, man. It's just plain football, man. These boys were not able to stop the run. Love was out there, man. Literally, it was reported that Love didn't need to wash his uniform. He wore the same uniform up there against the 49ers. And they almost beat the 49ers if it wasn't for their dang on kicker.
Track together. The Cowboys are going to have a rough year, and it's all because they're stuck in this mud with Prescott, Lamb, and Parsons.
And it's definitely a prove year for Big Mike, right? I mean, this is...
Yes.
Yeah, right? So he's...
Last year of his contract.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, for as rich as he is, he's cheap. And he doesn't like to pay people to not work for him. He didn't fire McCarthy primarily because he would have had to pay him to not work in 2024. So play out the year, and I think Belichick, your guy, Belichick.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Jerry. Here's my only thoughts with Jerry Jones. And Coach Marv alluded to this yesterday. And just pay the people, man. God, dog, man, you can't take the money with you when you're gone. The Egyptians already tried it, you know. Come on, man. What they say, a U-Haul would not be behind a hearse, or however that saying goes. We by far the richest organization in the land. And here they are laying folks off at .com. You know, they are not paying the coaches the money. Come on, man. Allegedly. Put allegedly on there, you know. Don't come after me.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You even got a 2-for-1. I said, Jerry, you smart. You slicker than a can of oil, boy. Boy, you smart. That boy, hey, he's a good businessman. Shoot. I wouldn't have him to balance my books, but, man, I let him run my business, though. God, dog. I said, man, he getting a 2-for-1. Jerry is literally getting a 2-for-1. He like, okay, all right. Oh, okay. So you're going to be the head coach / the offensive coordinator. I don't have to pay another offensive coordinator here. And on top of that, we're going to let you do it for not 1 year, but 2 years.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Damn!
Come on, man.
Yeah. He don't got an offensive coordinator on payroll. He don't. He getting free money, man. And I don't want to tell y'all what Mike McCarthy is getting juxtaposed to those other coaches of his kind of caliber of skill set. You know, I'm sitting there like, man, come on, man, just pay your guys, man. You got even Scott McCurley, and no offense to you, my dog, because you a cool dude, Darian Thompson, man. Ken Norton should have been here last season. I would have picked up the phone and called a few guys that even played on this team and just called them up. They would have had more experience than Dorian, however you say that, man, Thompson. I can sign him. He used to play for the Cowboys, and he's looking to get more experience. Let me put him in the linebacker room. Oops, he never played linebacker, but, hey, he played on his team. Let me get him at a entry level, Jerry Hankins, he said, has Marshawn Nealon signed yet? It's about the money. But I would tell you this, that most of the time, though, I think Sam Williams did the same thing, is that most of the time those second-round draft picks, they're in between of the closer to the first-round draft pick money and the third-round draft pick money. So sometimes they like to survey the land and make sure everybody get paid, and that they want to get paid accordingly, But that's just how that goes. But to this man's point here, I don't mind Bill Belichick. I like Bill Belichick. I do. But him and Paul was in the same class, man. Come on, man. Him, Peter, the 12 disciples, all of them in the same class. He old, man. And nothing wrong with being old, right? Because, hey, Zim is old. I didn't check my reference. Zim may be older than this dude, Bill Belichick. And I know I get the new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. I get all of that. But I don't want to bring in a man with the AARP card, right, in onto this particular team with all of the spotlights. If it's a situation like they used to do with some of the older coaches back in the days, I think even the Green Bay Packer coach way back in the days before Mike McCarthy got there, I forgot his name, and Bill Parcells did this before as well. If you slide them boys in as a consultant then I would feel it a whole lot better out the situation. I feel the situation out, right? I feel like, okay, he's staying in tune. He's still getting busy work going. He's pretty much understanding the staff and the flow and operations. Hey, he don't need to use the GPS to walk around in the building and these sorts of things. I would love for that to happen here. Yeah. Belichick is just a smidget younger than Parcells. Oh, wow. All right. Boy, is it B.D. Gray, you from the South, huh? A smidget, boy. Yeah, smidge. Yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah, let's just play
Check
this.
may be the ace in the hole next year if it doesn't work out with McCarthy.
He might enjoy media too much to go back to coaching. I mean, there's a chance. The shit that he's lined up for this fall should be pretty epic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like what Bill is going to do this fall, I think should be pretty epic. For a guy whose press conferences were must watch for him saying nothing, I think there's about to be a lot of football knowledge that's about to get spilled.
Now, granted, I'm a big fan of making sure you cover all of your bases. And it was reported, I think, yesterday. Let me see if I can get there. Bear with me. shout out to my people, Rogue Shop. Be sure to check them out while we strolling around here. Check out rogueshop.com and use promo code LAW. They were voted number 1 in the CBD and THC shop around the world. So check us out at rogueshop.com and use promo code LAW. You must be 21 years or older to be able to purchase, but when you use my code, you get 10% off of all of your purchases there. Let me stroll up to this right here. Mike Zim has hired another former player, and his name is Damata Pico. I remember him back in the days. He used to play for the Cincinnati. He used to have this big fluff hair hanging out of his back, and he's a very, very much so underrated signing. I think that the more and more people that you bring into the building that understands and knows football, that's not a part of the intern program. No offense to Aiden Durde. Shout out to him for being part of the interim and the intern program and to basically get a job and learn and do all of those great things for the Cowboys. Shout out to him. Now he's over there in Seattle land. Hope all is well with him. But these guys got relatable experience that they are able to literally drive home to these boys. Now, here's my God honest truth to all of you all. And I hope that this is a situation that we bring in more and more all-star coaches, because what it appears to me is that, damn it, if we can't get the players, at least we're going to get the coaching, right? To hope that we can bend these guys into the right directions. Do y'all get what I'm saying? If they refuse to go out there and grab a guy that can move some stuff around, at least we can bring in someone that can teach them proper technique, hand-eye coordinations. Hey, let your pad level stay low. Let me get your shoulders right. Let me make sure your feet are going. Let me make sure you can break through that cylinder. Let me make sure you got your elbows tucked inside. Let me make sure that we can get the fundamentals or the finite understanding of what we're trying to do in this system up and running. This is a year job, but we only got 2 months to do it, basically. That's just how it goes, you know. Right? Who been like that? You got a week's job, but you only got 1 day to do it. Who's been in those situations? You got to drive 100 miles to get to your destination, but your tank said that, hey, you only got 35 miles. And you driving, you saying, hey, man, I know my car, man. I know my car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, nah, dog, you don't know your car. Your car starts shaking. Somebody say, hey, man, go pop that trunk, man. You got some Everclear in the back, man. Pour Everclear in there. Maybe you get a little bit closer. But we're going to drive it all the way until we get at least the 35 to the 45 mile. And then we're going to push this thing. I heard it's a big hill we can go down. That's what the Cowboys are doing. If they don't go out there and pick up tangible veteran guy for that inside defensive tackle one tech. Yeah, Jacoby says hard money jobs. Yeah. Some of y'all, you see, I try to talk so you guys can relate to what's going on, right? Your rent is due. Your mortgage is due on the 15th. And it's the 17th, right? And you trying to explain to the bank, I put it in the mail, man. Something happened. It's on the postman's fault, right? Some people don't know about them hard times, man. Some of y'all don't know about those difficult moments that you got to make something and stretch it out. You got to put a lie in there, a white lie in there. You know what I'm saying? We got to put the white lie in there, you know. Lie to Luke Kane just a little bit. We still gonna charge you a late fee. You know, we got it, you know. Then you send Kamika down there, she bat her eyes a few times and then that late fee go away. You know? Shout out to Kamika. But what I'm trying to say here is these guys, the coaching staff that they bringing in, the coaching staff that you bringing in must be honest with the Jones family. They got to be honest. They can't just be sitting back cool and say, all right, Denzel Jackson, he can do it. Rodgers can do it. Yeah. Mozzie, man, you know, if we can just put a little bit more, you know, time, he will be able to do it. No, they need to be able to tell the Jones family, hey, you know, we stretch as much as we could. It ain't no more room in here. I got the best of the best coaching staff. These guys played with me, and there's no hope for this guy. So, therefore, we're going to have to go into the markets. We have to go into the exchangers, right? We just can't take this talent and bury it and wait for next year. That's even biblically speaking to y'all, right? I know it's going to hit different. So these coaching staff got to be able to survive this right here. Yeah. Chris, come on, man. Hey, man.
All I ask.
He said our coaching staff is a joke. No. Offensively or defensively speaking. I need to know, Chris. Offensively or defensively speaking. I need to know. Gallup, appreciate you. Oxnard fun. Keep the content coming. No.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
I gave you everything I had.
I
gave you everything I have, man. Yo. Offensively, okay, all right. I like Prince. I like Prince, the wide receiver coach. I think that, you know, the wide receivers in general, since he's been here, average yards of separation been increasing year to year, right? I like Mike Solari to this degree. Joe Philbin, he was better to a degree with his offensive line, but I truly believe that when you think of collectively Mike Solari overall resume will catch up. And I think that right now it takes time. And what Big Nate Newton said, and I wish, man, I could have Nate Newton on the show so he can break this down. He said that last season it just wasn't enough time for Mike Solari to really get that thing going for him. Now, if we still have Jeff Blasco as our running backs coach, I gave him grace and mercy. He lost loved ones in the family last year, and y'all know how that can play on you for multitudes of weeks, months, and even years, right? So he had a real slow start. And I know these sound like excuses, but that's what happened with Jeff Blasco last season. Let the AI speak on that super chat.
Anthony Gallup, $20. Oxnard Fund, keep the content coming, no Diddy.
Or no Eddie, you don't know. Who else on the coaching staff on the offensive side? Lunda Wells, I think that he have potential. Shout out to him. Me and him conversate back and forth. He's a real good guy, real down-to-earth guy. Wells, he have offensive coordinator capabilities in him. He developed pretty well. Let's go over another coach. Mike McCarthy, to me, he just need to move his weight around more. He need to be more assertive, and he need to stop being afraid of being fired, right? But I think that if he were to move like that previously, he would have been fired. So he had to play that die-style role. I like our coaches on offense. I like our coaches on defense. To a degree, I just have to wait and see what Mike Zim is going to do. The cornbread is not ready yet for me to give you guys a true of this particular situation. Where is Bill Callahan? From what I heard, that he's in Tennessee now. Yeah. Mike McCarthy needs to make fewer game management. I think that Mike McCarthy, his issue is that was a lot of weight on him, figuratively speaking, with the aspect of him calling the plays, making the adjustments. I think out of all of the teams in the National Football League, we scored the fewest points in the third quarter. If y'all go back and look through the third quarter, shout out to your Dr. Games that's on the Kick app. If you go back and look through like all of our third quarter points, we don't score any. We don't score at all. Yeah. We don't score at all. We literally like one of the fewer teams to put up points in the third quarter there. So we've been desolate. You know, we've been in this Sahara desert with that. All right, so this next conversational piece, and let me know if you guys can hear this right here. We'll play a few of it. You know, my guy sent me this.
Here's Mike McCarthy from yesterday talking about the ace in the hole.
Via the Instagram.
Maybe that the Cowboys have in the event that Dak Prescott leaves, their leverage maybe in this equation. Trey Lance, the guy they traded for last year from the 49ers. Here's what McCarthy had.
Oh yeah. I'm not. Willie T. I'm definitely not a fan of Scott McCurley. Nor Jeff. I'm giving Jeff Blasco a little grace and mercy, right? We all giving him that. But Scott McCurley and Darian Thompson, that's why, you know, Mike Zim got Paul Gunter. I'm a fan of Paul Gunter. I'm a fan of my guy, Coach Jeff Z. However you call that man, you know. Jay-Z, you know, we'll call him Jay-Z. Coach Jay-Z. I'm a fan of Coach Jay-Z. He look like he can still play. But let's go and put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear this audio. Good.
He had to say about Lance.
He's crossing the thresholds of training. I've been very, very pleased. You know, the athletic ability is top notch. We've adjusted some things, you know, in his, not only his motion, his, I'm going to get into specifics of that, but you can see the improvement, the timing, and in young quarterbacks, and he's no different. He just need reps, you know, and we're trying to get him as many reps as we can throughout this offseason program, and he will take a large part of the preseason. That's the design. So him and I talk about preseason quite often because, I mean, that's what we're building towards.
All right, so this is Mike McCarthy on the, you know, basically they're alluding to that this is going to be the leverage aspect. And if you saw the final word last night, you saw how Dak Attack got really frustrated about the Trey Lance thing. Now, I'm definitely not afraid to talk about the Trey Lance thing, and I know that some of you guys, I know how, you know, a lot of people will look back and forth with this and say, wait a minute, you should be on the team Dak, and you shouldn't be talking glowingly of Mike Hohensee, Cooper Rush. No, I'm a team Dallas Cowboys. I'm older than all of those boys, old enough to be their fathers, believe it or not. So when you think of it this way, when you really think of Dak Prescott, Mike Hohensee, I don't think they signed him, but it could be a situation that he needs to stay by the phone, right? Cooper Rush, and if you think of as well as Trey Lance, all of those boys, it's going to be competition regardless. This is how the media is going to portray it. They're going to be some water carriers. They're going to be talking about every throw. It can be old boy dropping back, and he throwing the ball in the net, and somebody gonna be like, look at the ball how it released from the fingertips in the air, perfect, and hit in between the target, right there on the spot. Man, he got a strong arm. That's gonna be the news this offseason. And Jerry and them is gonna be Birdman rubbing their hands with this. That's just how it is, you know. So I think that the Cowboys marvel at this. They did it with Zeke. Zeke who? That's when Tony Pollard was wearing 36. Who remember this? So let's go.
Okay, good, fine. Here's the problem the Cowboys have, and this reminds me of the 2017 Vikings when Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, and Case Keenum all had expiring contracts.
Yeah.
The entire depth chart in Dallas, at least the top three, I don't know if they've added a fourth camp arm yet, but Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, and Trey Lance all have contracts that expire after this year. So, you know, all those guys are going to scatter potentially. At some point, you got to pick a lane here, or you're going to be left high and dry. So to the extent that they're trying to develop Trey Lance as the alternative to Dak Prescott, and that's the thing that I will be curious to see. Do they sign Lance to a new contract
this year. Not some massive starter level deal, maybe something with incentives based on playing
There's a
time
really
or
good backup
on-field
deal.
success. But if he does enough in the preseason that they can say, yeah, he can run this offense, well, okay, let's extend him. But,
Now, they did already say that he's doing phenomenal in the preseason. Well, not preseason, phenomenal in the OTAs. All of this could be hogwash if we all of a sudden hear this news right here that we got breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys signed Dak Prescott to a 5-year contract worth north of $250 million, right? All of that could be erased just like that. Yep, the Cowboys take the extension. They prorate some of that money, spread it out, lower the cap numbers. Now you have unbelievable coins of what you can and go out there and go grab and get in the rest of the back end of this free agency, right? They probably have to cut another quarterback because we already paying the highest amount of money than any other quarterback room in the National Football League right now. That could be a situation there. And the whole thing with Trey Lance, they would say, hey, well, we can, since, on a 5, you can pay 5.5 now, we can just let you sit. It would be wise for the Cowboys to do what Jane Slater said. What they going to do. Wait until August. It'll be also wise for them to get the clicks and the impressions to continue to hype up the other two, right? Hype up Cooper Rush. Hype up Trey Lance. That's just how it goes. It's business. Right? That's just how it is. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is flat out business. Right? It's business. Unfortunately. Because at the end of the day, they still got Dak for next season anyhow for $40 million. $40 million, regardless. I think that's how his contract is, ladies and gentlemen. Is that correct? Let me know if I'm wrong. But they don't have Trey Lance for next season. And Trey Lance is not finna sign if he shows you any situation that he can stand his ground. Ain't no way in the world he signed for $5 million again. And $5 million is not chump change. So they're gonna break the pool stick and say, have at it. They're gonna give him every opportunity and say, have at it. Now, some people can be with the opinion that he can play pretty well in this preseason, and they use him as trade bait. The only way you can trade for Trey out of this situation is a first or a second, maybe a third or something like that. But a fourth, man, people are going to say, hey, man, why would you do that? Don't you know how hard or backwards that is working? Who pays $5 million for a 4th-round draft pick? The money ain't mathing, man. The math ain't mathing on that. But they can't do what these two dudes said right here, is extend them. Now, it would be crazy to extend them before your starting quarterback. That would just be crazy. That don't make sense. There's a reason why. If you work in any school district in the state of Texas, the principal is the highest paid. The principal, not the assistant principal, not the supervisor. The principal is the highest paid staff member. If it's in the public school, I believe, right? You can't pay the janitor higher than the principal. Because it's principalities with this. It's principles to this math, man. Come on, baby.
hovering over this as well is the possibility McCarthy isn't even going to be there next year.
No, you're right. But
True that.
I mean, they might need some sort of insurance policy, regardless. And I could see that happening or playing out. Right? We don't know the situation with Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott. Trey Lance played great in the preseason. Let's give him a really good backup type deal, right? See if he's happy being here, or does he want to risk taking a chance going somewhere else and maybe not getting this deal or whatever else. I think that could be a possibility. I mean, I think that's why they got Trey Lance to begin with, right?
No doubt, no doubt. Media better pray that the Dallas Cowboys don't find a defensive tackle and a dependable run game. If they do, it's game over. Yeah, make no mistakes about it, man. Shoot. Let me give you a horn on that one, man. That's what I've been saying, man. Say what you want, man. And don't shank me with the butter knife, because I know some of y'all will be willing to shank me with the butter knife. Don't shank.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
If we were running the ball like Green Bay, it's impossible for our quarterback to mess that up. I mean, it's impossible for our quarterback to mess that up, right? If we were stopping the run like Green Bay, it's impossible for our quarterback to mess that up. Hey, come on, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
And I preface my statement, I'm not saying that Dak Prescott messed it up. But what I'm trying to do is, I know for sure my quarterback can at least, let me see if I can find this stat line again for you, man. Let me scroll all the way down. I know my quarterback can at least give you this right here. He can at least give you this. He can give you completions. He can give you big-time throws at number one, turnover-worthy plays. He's on the back end of the league with that. A passer rating of 105.9, not even 3 to fan. Come on, baby. I know he can give you that. Give me run game. As that girl said, give me water, make me sweat, give me run game. Stop the run. I wish she can sing the remix to that. I won't drop the ball like that dude did when he was asking her out for a date. I forgot that dude's name. Kyle something. He didn't ask with authority. He was shy, you know. He should have said, hey, after we leave here, let's go out to the Cheesecake Factory. Shoot, and I'll give you all type of water. I'll make you sweat. Girl, I'm just playing. Come on, girl. And then she was like, oh, girl, you so funny. You so funny. Yeah, we going. But back to the subject matter at hand.
It's like, hey, collection of big-time assets. A quarterback that was drafted in the top 5, he's that for that type of money, right? Hey, yeah, we'll take it. We'll see if it works out. I always felt, I think you felt too, that it was their master plan to go, hey, maybe we can, catch something special here. And then if Dak Prescott holds us over the barrel for too much money, maybe Trey Lance can be the guy, right? I don't think that's happening. I don't. I've been hearing about Trey Lance and his fixing of his quarterback and his throwing motion for 4 years now, and it ain't been fixed. I'm just going to, it's always fixed. It looks great in some highlight they show, and, he's working out. But then we get in the game, and I go, nope, it's still the same old weird motion. So,
no. And I like, what's this dude name right here? Y'all help me out. Because he used to play quarterback? Or his dad used to play quarterback? But I would say this, hearing some conversations around Dallas and hearing some information to people close to the star, trade mechanics improve. Trade processing system is not, Windows 95 anymore. He got a quicker processing system now, But now, like he said, let's see what it looks like in a live action, in a live game. So, Sims, okay, that's Phil Sims. Yeah. Did he play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And was he the guy that got his spleen like slashed in half or something like that? That's him, right? Phil Simms, Chris Simms, yeah. Law, we have to wait until live action. Yeah. But here, it's going to be hard, man, to give a dude a contract based off of preseason. Come on, man. Hey, man. Preseason, man, shoot. Deuce Vaughn look good in preseason. Boy, we're like, man, we got us what, man? Shoot. Barry Sanders ain't got nothing on Tiny Deuce Vaughn. It was preseason, though, Preseason, There's a lot of preseason legends. Yeah. But I'm going to say this, though. But it could still be convincing enough that he can win over a contract, though. And I'm never going to look down upon the preseason. But I'm saying I got to give you caution. Teams going to play a lot of vanilla stuff. And who are the 3 teams we play this year in preseason? Help a brother out. HBO me right quick, y'all. Help me out. Who the 3 teams we got to play in the preseason? Because game 1 is still installs. And since we only have 3 preseason games, game 2, that's your typical dress rehearsal. And game 3 is your glorified practice bowl, Yeah, practice squad Pro Bowl or practice squad Super Bowl. Yeah. They all in California? Okay, the Rams, Raiders, Chargers. Damn, I wish the Chargers was game 2. But the Raiders, they've been pretty good, on the defensive side. They got a defensive mind coach. Thank you, Willie T. Rams, Raiders, Chargers. So that'll be the game you will have to circle. Rams game gonna be fluff. But the Raiders game, yeah, you gonna be looking at it like, all right, Trey, trigger Trey, let's see what you gonna do. Yeah, trigger Trey, baby.
Want to see what they've done to fix him, too, because I have a hard time believing at this point he could be anybody's long-term answer. He's got great athletic ability, but you and I both know, we talked about it a ton, he hasn't played a lot. He didn't play a lot in college, and here we are 4 years into his career, and he still hasn't played much. And we have all these questions, and, yeah, I can't imagine the future being any more than top-tier backup for Trey Lance at this moment until he gets a chance to prove otherwise.
Bull sugar, man. If I had a lot of money, I'll put Trey over Daniel Jones right now. Trey may be Jalen Hurts with a better arm. Yeah, I said it with a straight face, man. Who's the Washington team quarterback? They probably have the second best quarterback in the division right now. Come on, y'all better stop. Y'all better read this, man. I can see right now my guy Lord Brunson. Man, look, how you gonna be disrespectful to Jalen Hurts? Nah, man, but let's see how this go. Not Jaden Daniels. Okay. Hey. Shout out to Louis T, man. My guy Jaden Daniels, he's going to have a welcome to NFL moment. That's all I'm going to say. And Trey Lance, younger than Jaden Daniels, I believe. Who's older? Y'all put it in the chat. Jalen Hurts, one of the top running backs in the league, man. Look, there's a saying, they talking about Dak and Trey over here. Shoot. I heard that Pickett kid with the tiny hands. Shoot, he's throwing that ball all over the field, man. Hey, and all it takes is a few overthrows and a few underthrows, and A.J. Arthur gonna come out. A.J. Brown is the cool one. But Arthur, when they start talking about Arthur in them, however you say that man's name, Arthur gonna start be like, hey, put Kenneth in, man. Shout out to you, Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. Yeah, okay. Daniels is 23, Hurts is 25. HG says, bet that law talk is golden. Don't sleep on Daniels, boy. Is a dog. Daniel Jones or Jaden Daniels? Which one of those Daniels? I can tell you, man. Look, all of the moves the Giants made, Malik Neighbors and all of that stuff, I said, man, that's just like rearranging the furniture on the doggone Titanic. It ain't doing nothing for them over there. They still got their quarterback, you know. And I know people want to say that about Dak Prescott, but old boy couldn't produce the stuff that we got over here. Come on with you. I like Jaden, though. I like Jaden. I like Jada, too. I like Jada Pickett. But I don't know about Jaden Daniel. Let me leave them alone, though, man. Let's go.
Yeah, life comes at you fast. He didn't play much at North Dakota State. Rookie year, we thought we would see him more than we did. He ultimately started a game or two maybe when Jimmy Garoppolo was injured. 2022, broken ankle early in the season, and then 23, no pass was thrown at all in the regular season after he was traded to the Cowboys just before the start of the season. So scale of 1 to 10, and Pete has at 10 today his affinity for scale of 1 to 10 questions. How much will Trey Lance be leverage for the Cowboys in these ongoing negotiations with Dak Prescott?
I think it's going to be 0. I think it's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it's 0, y'all. That's the answer to the test. It's 0 leverage. How many people we have here live with us today? And I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for y'all support. We got about 200 folks watching. And I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for y'all support. And shout out to Prize Picks. Let's go over our Prize Picks right here. And it was a bomber yesterday. With my past lineup, we lost, man. You know, we lost on that. Yup. $100 down the drain, man. Anthony Edwards let me down by a point. And Kyrie Irving let me down by a point, man. And we lost on those two right there. But you can always get back into the mix, man, when you download Prize Picks. Use promo code LAW, and 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be applied to you. And especially all you have to do is use promo code LAW and click the information in the description box if you're having problems getting to the website. It's in the description box, man, and check them out. Now, granted, they have other promotions, whereas you refer a friend and you can get 25 on your end. So check out Prize Picks, man, and you can be in the mix. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, they do have these guarantees a little bit. And, you know, it's hard to find guarantees, but they will get down to these type of promotion where you get a 0.5 with a significant strike right here. I can't talk today. You click this more right here, and you can go more or less. And then you can go play around with these type of things with MMA. They got WNBA, NBA, and then they got MLB, baby. So they got all of it right here. You can check it out under Prize Picks. And when you select these type of things, it can be beneficial to you. Let me see what I got right here. You know, pitcher strikeout. Let's go with here. Let me check out his stats on live stats analysis. He have 0 in his last opponents, and they got him measured for 5. Let me just go with less right here, and then you can finalize your option. Let me show you what that looked like, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for being part of these type of episodes, man. And when you finalize your options, it will allow you to pick out these things, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And let me just go with, let me see if I can go with 20 back, and let's see what we can win with this one, man. Yeah. We'll get that $100 back, man. So y'all check out Prize Picks, and let me just share this with you guys. You know, I'm going to share this lineup. Maybe you can do the same, and you can put 20 in, and then all of this stuff will work out for you. Let's go, baby. Dak is 10 times better than Kurt. Is that, which Kurt you talking about? Kurt Warner or Kirk Cousins? Which one? The Cousins or what? You know, use promo code Diddy. Because it goes either way for you. Come on, man. Swinging door Eddie. No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. He said Cousins in them. Yep. Look, the thing is with Kirk Cousins, he's not a bad quarterback. Matt Stafford is not a bad quarterback. Dak Prescott is not a bad quarterback. Right? Goff is not a bad quarterback. And people think that they like to make fun of those quarterbacks. If you pick up any of those quarterbacks that I just mentioned and put those boys on that LA Rams team that Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl with, any of those guys would have won that Super Bowl. And it would have changed everything that's said about their quarterback. Matt Stafford was drafted in the first round. Didn't do anything for over 13 seasons, man. But went to the perfect storm, best team that's possible as far as defense, play calling, play design, and all of that stuff, weapons on everything that you can think of. And this is the crazy thing. This is the craziest thing. A third of you guys think that these Dallas Cowboys team in the last 3 years are the same team that won that Super Bowl then and made the same acquisitions and movements that team did. No. That's just what it is, man. Look, football is the ultimate team sport. Ultimate. So it goes to this point, man, and let me see. Let me go back to, it was on my timeline. Yeah, it was on my timeline. And my guy, I love my guy, J Tuck, you know. He says, was the defense an issue then? Or how about when they bagged up Tom Brady the game before, held us down for a half of a season because we had Cooper Rush at quarterback and one touchdown. It was game over, right? And he was talking about this game, and we ultimately lost this game 12-9, not 12-19, meant to say. And, you know, Stargazer, salute to her. She says, defense showed up in this game, no doubt. Handicap was on the offense. Had peanut butter, no jelly, right? And I agree. She says we have Amari Cooper in this game. If we would have had Amari Cooper in this game, it would have been an easy dub or something like that. Paraphrasing. We had Amari Cooper technically the year before against this same team, and penalties were in the way, right? I think we had 14 penalties, and I think no team in the history of the NFL won a playoff game with 14 penalties. And it still went all the way down to the last minutes of that game, and we still looked foolishness, right? We took the quarterback sneak at the 50-yard line. It's crazy, man. Cowboys find the weirdest ways to lose games, right? To get people to start drinking and everything, right? To get people to go to a whole bunch of extreme measures. But here's my, thoughts of this, and I'm on record saying this, man. Say what you want. The defense, yeah, they held the team to 19 points. Yeah, that's good. And I think Dak gave them a point or something like that with a pick six or something like that. Was it a pick six or close enough? You turn over on your inside of your own 20. And we can talk about, yeah, man, we were missing our running back that was running that time before he broke his ankle, and we were missing our right tackle. We can talk about those things. And we were missing Amari Cooper. I get all of that, right? But we made it to the playoffs, broken thumb and all. You're supposed to be able to put up points. But let's talk about this. They missed 2 definite INTs in that game. The Cowboys missed 2 INTs. They could have literally. Bland dropped the INT. My guy Trayvon Diggs said, what I was supposed to do with this? And he played hot potato with the ball. Right? On one play, they had Neville Gallimore covering Kittles down the field. That's what I wrote there. And on top of that, Trayvon Diggs closed his eyes before he was even trying to even get in the way of Kittles, right? And missed him. That led to points. I said this right here. Playoff defense should force turnovers, minimize penalties, and create sacks. But we didn't accomplish that. We cherry pick the things that we didn't do on offense. By holding teams to a minimum of 19 points. But we don't look at what the actual playoff winning teams do. Look it up. I want you guys to look this up. Look this up. You don't have to go back to the last 10 playoff. You don't have to go back to the last 10 Super Bowl champions. Just go back to the last 5 teams to win the Super Bowl. Their journey through the playoffs, they created fumbles. They forced turnovers. They minimized their penalties. They created sacks. And on top of that, they held teams to minimum points. So we get one out of them, and now all of a sudden we supposed to be in the Super Bowl. Where are our forced fumbles? Where's our defense when it's time to get a takeaway? Where's our defense when it's time to stop the run? Granted, if we want to say, yeah, that dude right there, Dak Prescott, he's the reason for us losing because he turned over the ball. But what happens when we see a game whereas other quarterbacks, they turn the ball over, their defense hold them to 0 points. They turn the ball over, and all of a sudden they stop the run. The quarterback turned the ball over, all of a sudden it's a pick six the other way. Why is it only one way? Why the Cowboys can't get sacks in the playoffs? Why the Cowboys can't force an INT? Why the Cowboys can't get a fumble, scooping scores in the playoffs? Why everybody else is privy to play bad, but the quarterback can't? Yeah, Diggs dropped a pick. Man, my stomach growling over here. I'm going to grab me some meat. Yeah, the Diggs dropped a pick over here. Yeah. And I'm just saying. Yeah, and I like the officiating too. Yeah, right. You know, maybe the pressure too much for them, Law. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, let this team, look, this team need to figure out ways to win. Look, as crazy as it sounds, Kansas City Chiefs wouldn't have one Super Bowl if their defense didn't stand tall against the 49ers the first time. They wouldn't have, and of course what they did to get to that doggone Super Bowl II. That second Super Bowl that they won, they're 3-time champs, right? If they special teams didn't flip the field, we will be talking about the Eagles being the 2-time champs. If Kadarius Toney didn't flip the field, don't y'all know how easy it is to punch it in at the 9-yard line? Hey, and didn't they get a scoop and score if Jalen Hurts, if that football didn't slip out of his hand? Was that Pat Mahomes scoring that? Y'all let me know. Did Pat Mahomes score that scoop and score? Did Pat Mahomes flip the field? We talking about the highest of the highest level. We talking about Super Bowl. Boyd says, if the Cowboys sign Hunter Renfrow, would you like that signing? I think of him. Indy Iceberg can work in the middle. You think him and Ferg can work the middle of the field? Yeah, shoot, yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, I love Hunter Renfrow. I would love the signing, or like the signing. That's a better way to say it. But at the end of the day, he gonna have to fight for that spot, because I look at Kevontae Turpin with higher potentials. I look at Ryan Flo that should have higher potentials. But I like the competition. I think he would beat out Jalen Monroe-Cropper or Crooms that's on his team. That's somebody that's in the back end. It'll create more. It'll create more of a competition in that room. It would, yeah. But I would like the sign, and I would like the bringing in a veteran guy who played at one point in time. You know, I think he was a 1,000-yard receiver. You know, so yeah, I would like that. Yeah. Appreciate you. So you got, and I thank y'all so much for your support. Jalen Brooks is your dark horse. Yeah. We need us an XY receiver, somebody that can play on that side. Tolbert, we need to see from him. And it appears, how I'm looking at who carrying the water, and they carrying the water hard for Jalen Tolbert, right? So, of course, they're going to want that third-round draft pick to pay dividends, and we should see some situation with that. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, they don't need to play politics with this. Let the best wide receiver win. Yeah. All right. And thank you, Boyd, for the $199. All of that goes into the Oxnard Fund. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. No money until you finish. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everyone who support this channel, and I thank y'all for y'all strong opinions. I always would want y'all to bring y'all strong opinions here, and just continue to believe in what you believe in, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fall to the wayside of thinking that this team can't do X, Y, and Z things. But what I was bringing up with those playoff things is that you got to look at it from a balanced approach. Can we run the ball, and can we stop the run? Those two things, I think everything else will flow. Turnovers and takeaways will come. On top of that, being protective of the ball will be there, because now you can manipulate. You can't drop 6 and say we're going to sit on passing routes, right? And clog up the passing lanes when you can take advantage of running the ball on the ground. And then on the defensive side of the coin, right? Meaning that you can't have light, skinny bodies out there and have those holes so big that teams, when they decide to run, they run at will. When you have the ability to stop that and force teams to pass the ball to where you got your playmakers that can take things away from them, that pays dividend. So shout out to everybody, man. BD Gray says opinions aren't truth. You're right, you know. And that's why I say, man, you know, I'm not here to change people's opinions. Those that's convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, right? When someone else try to alter your mind and you felt as if though it's been altered, your heart is made of stone, right? And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I tell people this all the time. I tell them all the time those things. And ladies and gentlemen, keep your head high, keep your mind sharp. And if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turns hearts into stone. You see in the beginning, it was, how about them Cowboys? Look at our defense, man. Look at this team, man. Look what we do. It was all of those things. Love and respect for another. Rooting for one for another. In all of the situations, good or bad, happy or sad. But then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you should never call them friend because they bend lies around the truth until it meets their aim. It takes thousands of years to build trust. 1 second to lose it, baby. Who's in your corner right now? Who's in the low down with you? Who's willing to fight for you? I was watching the show the other day. There was a dog named Max, a military dog. He was in war. And all he did was train to sniff out bombs, sniff out situations. Because dogs sense a smell, they can smell further than you. They got a keen sense of hearing. But when he was in war, his owner, the one that trained him, was right with him. And he was like, let's hold back our troops. But even the man that was right next to him, that was willing to shank him with the butter knife, said, no, let's charge. And poor little Max, that's a good storyline, ran into the bullets. But when they discharged the grenades, why? Because that's what he's trained to do. That dog go hard, man. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Max. Where my dog button at? But his owner saw that his dog was in trouble. Smoke everywhere. He ran to protect him. Some friendly fire shot him in the back. Y'all check out that movie Max, man. You see, Max survived. His friend didn't. His owner didn't, basically. But Max knew who gave the command. And they thought that that poor dog was done. They thought it was over with for him. So they shipped him back to the United States. And poor Max, when they went to bury him, the owner, he couldn't leave from under the coffin. But he recognized the scent of the owner's brother and family. And they partaken to keep him. The other guy that literally pulled the trigger in war way over there, true story too, based off of some true story stuff, was discharged, not honorable. And when Max saw him, boy, Max was ready to tear him apart. You see, you remember those who protect you, but you also will remember those who shank you in your back. Yeah, and catch a strays, yeah. Man, it's a good movie, man. Oh my goodness, man. Let me see if I can find this movie so I can show it to y'all, man. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. I saw it this weekend. Really good. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, I found it, baby. Came out in 2015. Y'all know I love movies. Max was the truth right here. Y'all look this movie up, man. Yeah, he was a hero, man. Best friend hero. Shout out to the Marines. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, a plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if darker than grim and besiege and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it, baby. Let's get on up out of here. One love. DC for life, not for short. I love all of y'all, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Shout out to all of the soldiers, man. Those that's fighting for us. Yeah. Those who go to war for us, baby. For the land of the free and the home of the brave, baby. Let's go. Roll those credits for you. Boy, let's get it. Let's get it. Lately, I just want to run it up.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just want to run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just want to run it up.
Yeah. Y'all go watch that movie, man. It's a real good one, man.
Lately, I just want to run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, I switch your sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
If you want to watch that movie, you can go to HBO, and here's the link to the movie. Now you're gonna have to pay for HBO. I don't have it like that. No, that's the wrong movie though. Let me see. My bad. I shared the wrong one, but y'all get what I'm saying. You gotta go to HBO. It's on HBO. Yeah. Come on. I sent the wrong one, man. Let me see if I can send the right one. My bad. I think Max is a common dog name. All right, so here's the right one right here. Don't click on that link. Yeah, find it there on IMDb. Yeah. Let's go, baby. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I shed some real tears, man, when that dog, when he laid up under the coffin. I said, man, Max, man, shoot, he just want to be with his owner, man. Yeah, HBO is on HBO. Come on, appreciate all of y'all. One love. Oh, snap. Did y'all hear that news? Oh, my goodness.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles.
What love, man?
We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes.
Oh my gosh, man. Now play my theme music, man. Get on up out of here. Y'all rock with me.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
BD Gray said you can also find it on TNT and TBS now. Now, I don't like commercials, man. Now, I appreciate y'all watching the commercials that I do, but I can't stand commercials now. Look at me. I'm a hypocrite, huh? Charge it to my head, not my heart. Come on, baby. Yep. The street lights hit you.
Hey, bro, come on. They can come let the street lights hit you. Could I be you know they never will be I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
And another one. What we tell him? All in one.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you and you. Let me know if it's your birthday this month. Let's get it.
If a paper crane can fly, then Pirelli doesn't feel that far.
Well, this month almost over with. Well, let me know if you're a June baby. Let me know. It's this Gemini season, right?
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Boy, them boys can sing. Boy, them boys can sing. Get on up out of here, baby.
I ain't
Ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.